What's going on? It's your boy CJ Goodfella back with the boxing clinic. Let's enter that real boxing talk, you dig. And this is the review, basically, everything that happened after the fight and a little bit more about what happened in detail inside the ring as well. Media reaction was just basically like, just first thoughts, knee jerk reaction about the fight last night. And if you didn't see it, basically, it's basically what I thought would happen. Mikey Garcia was fundamentally and technically the better fighter, and everybody went for the rope a dope with Adrien Broner selling wolf tickets. I told you guys, it's hard to change those stripes, dog. It's hard to rebuild, and close the gaps in your game with the same yes men around you, the same trainers. You look at Adrien Broner, he didn't have Kevin Cunningham, world-class trainer in this camp. Mike Stafford and trained a lot of Olympians. He had Barry Hunter in there. A lot of different coaches, and he's still the same fighter. And people say, oh, he's in shape, he's focused, and he was talking all that shit and seeming confident. And people went for it, man. I said, you guys, he's going to show me. And I said, once you get past the point that if he's in shape and he's focused, it's still holes in this game that needs to be patched up and needs to be fixed. But one thing I give him credit for last night was not getting clean with that many right hands. He really made the adjustment to kind of not get clocked by that many right hands by Mikey Garcia, and that's one thing that he did close up. But like I told you, there's many holes in this game that needs to be closed in. And the funniest thing about it was after the fight, he said he's playing Tom and Jerry. He was saying Mikey Garcia was running. That was the biggest fucking joke of the night, other than Demetrius Andrade calling out Charlo for like the 10,000th time, but he doesn't fight. But that was the biggest joke of the night. To me, Broner was the one moving a lot in the fight. And like I told you guys, he's not a natural fluid mover. And he was moving flat-footed. He wasn't even on the balls, his toes moving. And that's why, he didn't look, it wasn't effective. And Mikey Garcia, I know people got happy in the first round because I gave Broner the first and the 10th round. And you could have gave him the 9th, but I just gave him the 10th round. I'm like, fuck it, just give him a round. But those only 2 rounds I gave him. And I'm looking like, I know a lot of people getting happy because he's moving around, he's looking good. But it didn't look natural, it didn't look fluid, it didn't look good to me, him moving around. He didn't look like a slick fighter. And, Mikey Garcia, I told you guys, fundamentally sound. He's not going to beat himself. He cut the ring off, closed the distance on Broner, and, got in that ass. That's all you can say. And Broner was in survival mode. You could talk about, he said he didn't hurt him. He didn't hurt him. He said Mikey didn't hurt him during the fight. I think that was bullshit. I think Mikey was hurting him all night for the simple fact that he didn't take any chances. You see when Emmanuel Taylor, Khabib, and Ashley Theophane, he was taking chances in there. He really was. He stopped some of them or dropped some of them, and he was, he took chances. With Mikey, he went into that shell. He didn't take chances until the end. And a lot of people, give him credit for getting a glimpse of what he could be with the droppage, with dropping Sean Porter, with making a rally with Marcos Madonna. A lot of people give him, you see what he did with Madonna. Oh, imagine we're going to do with Mikey. It's 2 different fighters, but, a lot of people were shocked. Sam Watson said, I only seen Mikey Garcia fight 3 times. I never knew he could do that. And, Leonard Ellaby says back to the drawing board for Adrien Broner and whatever that may be. We talk about that in a second. A lot of people seem shocked. Earl Spence had some words of encouragement for Broner. A lot of people, wanted Broner to win and do well because he's a fellow American, But, at the end of the day, a lot of people get enamored with speed and power and weight. At the end of the day, if you got the skills to pay the bills and you technically sound, you're going to be able to win a lot of fights. When you don't beat yourself, you train right, and you got good footwork, you got good technique, you keep your hands, you move your head just enough, and, a lot of people don't want to hear that. They don't want to hear about fundamentally sound. Same thing in NBA. You know, they see how quick Westbrook is. They see how fast these guys is. Oh, they can score the ball and all that stuff. But, you know, fundamentally, none of them is fundamentally sound. And that's why a lot of those guys don't win. The same thing in boxing. You can be the quickest, the fastest, punch the hardest. You can have a weight advantage, but technique trumps all. And especially if you got some other nice attributes like power, timing. And a lot of people don't look at timing. Timing is one of the most underrated attributes. Controlling distance is another underrated attribute. Controlling the pace is another underrated attribute. And Mikey Garcia did all that last night. For Adrien Broner, maybe it's time for a trainer switch. Could be. But he needs to take some time off to get right with himself. You know, he needs to take some time off to get right with a trainer. Take time to see if you want to bring a trainer in, help assist Mike Stafford. I know he's loyal to him. Been knowing him since a little kid. I hate to see that break up. But, I think for him, I think it's time. You know, maybe go with that Floyd Mayweather trainer. Just Roger, Jeff, or Senior. You know, I think Senior will be better because he's a disciplinarian. And he just needs to be rebuilt from the bottom up. I said about Shane Mosley Jr. or Harry Davies. He needs to take about a good year off to get back sound with fundamentals. You know, work with fundamentals, see if they can work around his flat-footedness, and just, just be different. Just do a lot of things different. He can get in shape. Your athletic raw ability only can take you so far. And for Mikey Garcia, the world is his oyster right now. I'm going to do another video right after this one talking about what should be next for Broner and Mikey Garcia. But, pretty much that was review. We gone.